So it's the last day of muzzleloader season, and I have my bike and I'm going through the public land looking for likely spots for next deer hunting season. It's a great time to do it because it just snowed last night, so I can see all the fresh tracks, and it's been kind of cold and crappy, so I'm trying to find where the deer feed and where their travel routes are. And this is just after gun season, but the deer have calmed down because, like I say, it's 2 weeks after the opening of gun, and nobody hunts around here on this public for whatever reason during second weekend of gun or during muzzleloader. I haven't seen any tracks on any of these trails. So I'm about 3.5 miles back on the public on a trail, and it's about 40 yards off to my right, and I just wanted to do a quick video on how I find spots to hunt in these big woods, because there are no agriculture fields around here at all, so the deer just browse for food, acorns and buds off trees and whatever else they eat during the year. So right here I think I got a really good spot for bow hunting and gun hunting. Now on my land I'm putting food plots in and bedding areas to try to create specific deer movement so I can hunt my deer, but out here you have to look for funnels and edges where the terrain changes and stuff, and I think this right here is a great spot. There's tracks, multiple tracks from last night. There's probably 5 different tracks that came through here, and I haven't seen 5 deer at one time usually out in these woods, so this is multiple groups of deer that have traveled through here. I'll grab what we got is a trail coming down a logging road that comes through here and turns. There's my bike. It's about 40 yards away. Now if I pan over here, the ground drops off, and that's a creek. It's very thick in there. There's a marsh over here and a huge marsh that way. That's about a half mile long. So this is a funnel right here. This is only 50 yards wide. There's multiple deer tracks. Some there, some there. There's more deer tracks there, and there's actually fisher tracks there. So all the animals use this. And I'm thinking a great spot would be this tree here. It's got 3 trees which provide cover. I have shots out to the main logging road. And it's a 25 to 30 yard shot before it drops off there. The woods are fairly thick around here, so the deer will feel protected as they travel through here. And during gun season, I can actually see that trail going down there for a shooting lane, and the one here. It's right on the curve. So I'm thinking that would be a perfect spot for bow and gun. So I'm definitely going to mark this on my GPS and hunt this next year and see how it pans out. spot too on this trail that I saw. There's a few deer tracks on the trail on the logging road, and there's thick woods on this side of the trail that's been logged previously, and I don't know how long ago, but longer than this side. This side's been recently logged, so it's a lot more open. This is very dense, and this has got a lot of stem count, a lot of smaller trees coming up. You can see a long ways, but there's a lot of browse for the deer to eat. So you have two different kinds of woods here. The food on this side, and I would think the bedding would be over here. There are some deer using this logging road, and there is a rub on this side of the trail. So on this side, it's very thick. You can't see more than 50 yards in the woods. And on this side, it's much more open. I can see 100 yards or more when there's snow on the ground, but there's a lot of small trees down here starting to come up because there's more sunlight on this side. So there would be more opportunity for food for the deer. And there's a fresh rub right there. So I assume the deer are bedding back here, and they'd probably come into the feed in here. So this might be a spot to try also. Anytime that there's a difference in the type of woods, I like to sit on those edges. We bought our land 3 years ago, and I haven't had a chance to hunt or scout any of the public land. There's thousands of acres butted up to us, and so I'm taking that opportunity right now, finding spots along the logging roads, easy to get to. The hunting pressure is extremely light. I've seen no hunters or very few cars parked during hunting season. The last 2 years I've been marking spots on my GPS where I see a lot of tracks on the logging roads, and when I find that there's 2 years that have this many tracks in the same areas, I'm hunting those spots and trying those out first. And if these don't pan out, I will venture deeper into the woods as I learn all the logging roads and see how the deer are moving.